It's the Christmas season, and there's often questions surrounding Christmas about why and where, and different theological questions. Recently, someone asked the question of where do we see love in the Christmas story? And it's interesting. It took me back in my relationship with my wife. And Britt and I have known each other for 12 years. We've been married over 10 years. But her birthday lies December 16th, which is just before Christmas, which means sometimes she gets combined presents. But I remember when we were dating that I began to learn little details about her. And one of the things I learned that was important to her was that as a child, she loved the movie Little Mermaid. Now, it wasn't just because she was a Disney fan and Little Mermaid, Ariel was this princess. It was this meaning and reflective experience about staying with her aunt and it being a safe place. This movie had a lot of meaning for her. So I remember as I planned to give her this gift for her birthday, I wanted to find something that represented that safety and that care, that love. So I went and I found this music box that played the theme song from Little Mermaid. Gave it to her, and I could tell how much it meant to her. He said, James, well, what does that gift have to do with finding love in the Christmas story? Well, I want to go to one of the most famous verses. We've seen it on things and sports games. We've seen it on banners. But John 3:16 is so clear where we find love in the Christmas story. John 3:16 said, "For God so loved the world, he gave his one and only son." See, if you just walked in on the experience of me giving my wife this music box from Little Mermaid, you go, what is that? Is she just like Disney princesses? But because I loved her, I gave her something that meant so much more. As we follow the Christmas story, whether it's the angel showing up to Mary or Joseph and Mary traveling to Bethlehem, whether it's the census or it's the crazy king, it's the wise men traveling, it's the gifts they gave, it's going in exile. All of these things, we find the handprint, the mark of God's love. See, he loved us so much that he gave his son. He allowed his son to endure all of the disruption and all of the chaos to be able to prove his great love for us. This is important for us in 2020. Why? Because this Christmas season, you may feel disrupted. You may feel a lot of chaos, all of the things that are going on around you. And I want you to know this. Scripture reminds us that Jesus endured and was tempted in all ways as we would be. So he endured pain, he endured disruption, he endured the chaos, so that once again, God could make this mark of love for you and I. So where is love in the Christmas story in 2020? It's still right where it's always been. It's in the gift that God gave. Love has a name, and his name's Jesus. Love you guys. We'll talk to you soon.